Sunday, January the 24th, 2016. My first recorded walk of the year. I'm just outside Sheringham. Just about to undertake a short 7-mile walk prior to the Arsenal-Chelsea game. This is another Norfolk County Council website walk. Sheringham Circular. I'm starting it from this position because it's easy to park up at this little car park here. So as you can see, it's a grey day, very mild day for January, about 13 degrees right now. Pretty wet underfoot. We had rain last night, but it's not raining right now, which is a good thing. Let's press on. Right, away from the main road, doing a bit of road walking in towards the village of East Beckham. Typical Anglian scenery up this way. Lots of arable. Very wet underfoot as well. Hedges have recently been cut by the looks of it. Haven't been decimated like some of them that I've seen in my travels. So as you can see from that well-weathered footpath marker there, we do a left at this junction. Down Gibbet Lane. Unsuitable for heavy goods, as opposed to that road there which goes to Gresham, famous for its school, although that's not currently where it's located. I think it's in Holt now. Quite rolling countryside around this area. This is not far from Roman Camp, which is Norfolk's highest point. Around 300 foot. Actually about 1.5 meters below the level of the fields here, this lane. Another one of those iron crafted village signs. This one dating back to 2000 in the Jubilee. Now on Sheringham Road. Lots of brick and flint round here. There's a finger poster here at Manor Farm. That is not the one you want. Going up towards those beat up there. Moving up this by road by the post box. Okay, at this point called Wrenches Hill, although it's hardly very hilly, we branch off, turning left, following the marker. Very quiet and still today. No bird song, nothing. Gentle breeze. Not much going on really. Just following Bennington's Lane and coming up to that copse on my right, which is known as Gunton's Green on the map. And thankfully it's a bit grassier now. Looking out across country towards the village of Almerton, and as you can see over there, the TV masts, or I think that's what it is, at probably Roman Camp, the highest point. More beat ahead of us there. I think that's used for making the soil richer. Coming up to the busy A148 again. So I've done a circuit so far, about 1.5 miles. It is very boggy underfoot today. Well signposted. Managed to get across there with no problems. Site of a former quarry here on my left. Clearly marked on the map as well, which is all I have to follow today. There's no notes as such. Easy enough though. Eastern Regis Heath, according to the map, with the woods known as the Canadas in the background there. Still hear the hum of the A148, not too far behind me. Just seen a deer of some kind bounding up there. Don't think it was a monkjack. Tail was too long. Don't know if you get Chinese water deer up here, they're not dissimilar. And there is a lake behind that bush, I believe, according to the map anyway. Not that explains why they're called water deer, but might influence their habitat. Number of paths crossing here. We're following the yellow marker, so not that way, but continuing to hug the quarry edge through this woodland. 2 miles up, very slow 52 minutes at the moment, according to my timekeeper. Very good work here by Norfolk County Council. This tree will have come down and blocked this path fairly recently, but already been tidied up. Excellent. Not that it particularly hinders things, but there's a path next door. But nevertheless, good stuff. See the work units over there. It's a sand quarry, as you'd imagine up here. Veer off to the right. Rain is forecast. Hopefully it'll be here after I'm done. Lots of good waymarking in here, which is just as well, because there are a number of confusing other waymark posts, so could easily get put off. Section here, a wonderful woodland walking, and there are a few spots of water falling. So at this juncture, you could, if you had time and inclination, turn right up Calveswell Lane and make this a 9.5 mile walk, which would be very pleasant. Because I've got to get back to listen to a match, and also because I'm not certain my hip will take it at the moment, but don't want to overdo it, I'm going to stick with the 7.5 mile route, which is straight ahead. Very pleasant property here on my left. Now we're getting into bird song as well, which is good. Some type of landscape on my right now. Sheep. And as you can see in the distance there, the North Sea. This section used to form part of the Norfolk coastal path, Pedder's Way, when I did it a few years ago, but I don't think it does any longer. I think it now goes actually along the coast. Soon find out though. No longer part of the coast path, just a circular walk. New finger post as well. We're headed across the relatively busy A148 to that marker over there. Beeston Church and the railway line, the North Norfolk Railway, running past it. Sorry, that's not the North Norfolk Railway, that's the ordinary Abellio line. I'm now headed towards Beeston Bump, which is a relatively high point on the walk. We now cross the railway line, and you'll note that the what used to be the yellow symbol has now become blue. They've updated them, I've noticed recently. And in the distance there is said Beeston Bump, geological anomaly. Stands out like a sore thumb, and all around is quite flat. Sheringham station ahead. Gorse is out, all year round depending on the variety. And on my right, the omnipresent caravan parks. First information board of the day. Dog rose, dunnock, common poppy, gatekeeper, red campion, meadow pipit, amongst a heap of others there. You can see the coast path now goes directly to my right, whereas it didn't when I did it. And we now have part one of the England coast path, of which I've already done that and filmed. Or did I film it? I've walked it, but maybe I didn't film it. One to be redone. Got a bit of sunshine out at the moment. Good omen perhaps. Tide's on its way in by the looks of it. Very pleasant Beeston beach, also known as the Jurassic beach because of the findings, the mammoth findings. Second information board telling us about the common tern, mole, tansy, red clover, common frog and herring gull. And the third and final telling us about the kestrel, valerian, bramble, vole, seven spot ladybird, common mallow field mouse. And in the distance there you can just make out Cromer Church, highest tower in the county of Norfolk, I believe. Views from Beeston Bump towards Cromer in the east. Coming round to southerly views, southwesterly, which is where the wind's coming from. Westerly, and the trig point. Have a little breather here. About 3.5 miles in. Some poor unfortunate obviously went over here at some point. Sea's very calm. 2:45. My brief break has been had. Not lunch as such, but an apple. So let's press on. 4 o'clock kickoff looms. So I don't know if you can read that, but there's an information panel here about Beeston Hill, one of the Y stations linked in with Bletchley Park during World War II. Now I never knew that. This is a new information board, it wasn't here previously. This used to be a public convenience. Now cleverly renamed the Wee Retreat. Holiday let, commanding top dollar fees. Very clever though. Great views, but not for me. Walking across a very muddy Beeston Common, which is an SSI. Information panel there, but not very clear. Some lovely colours in this clear light today. Although it's cloudy, it is actually very clear, if that makes sense. Good light. Got out on the mud now. following a sandier path up into woodland, I believe. Click on the yellow and green circulars and Sheringham Trails marker as well. We're now in Sheringham Wood. Very pleasant section. Some very pricey houses in Sheringham Wood, and there's a new one being built there. Look at that. Incredible. Interesting, the tree has fallen right on the finger post, so I don't know if Norfolk Trails are aware of that. It's a relatively recent occurrence. Sure one of the volunteers will pick that up. Boardwalk there is very much needed. Looks relatively new as well. Past the Anglian water depot up into Sheringham Wood. In fact, what I've just left behind was Beeston Common, extension of now entering Sheringham Wood. But there you go. Good of the council to buy it. Woodland Trust own a section of this as well. Just by this bench, could do with a footpath marker here, because there's two possibilities: down there or up here next to this Indian totem sign. Now it's only because I know from previous experience that this goes up to the car park that I should be taking this route. Just a point. That is where the other option would have come out anyway, so maybe that's why they haven't signposted it, because you've got a choice then. But nice forest section through the pines there. So 6.5 miles, 2.5 hours later, and we're finished. 10 to 4, just in time for kick-off. Now interestingly, adders can be seen in here, but as I continue to mention, I've never seen one. So that was a very pleasant walk, albeit a bit wet underfoot. Would be lovely in the summer. Highly recommended. Give it a go. Sheringham Circular, Norfolk County Council website. And as a finale, over there on my right, you've got Pretty Corner Woods Tea Room, which is open March to October, I believe. Quite short hours though. But a cup of tea and a biscuit at the end if you so wish.